Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Sulk stream. I'm the host, the incredible Sulk. I hope you guys are doing well tonight. Hanging out, being strong, doing those things. I hope you guys are good. It's a Thursday. Week's almost over. Have not done a lot of shows this month, but it is what it is. Sorry about missing last night. I had things going on, and I'm going to tell them about you. Tell you about them. Yada, yada, yada. So on and so on. What I am going to tell you about, though, is people lately, rich people, exceedingly rich people, very wealthy people, people with money, seem to be building a lot of bunkers, which is strange. Or is it? Is that strange, or is that just completely on cue? Does that track? Because a lot of billionaires are building bunkers all over the world. Zuck's got one, Bezos, other people, Sam Altman. They're all building bunkers. And why are they all building bunkers around roughly at the same time? Right in this moment in history? Well, that's a question we're going to ask and try to answer tonight. So hopefully you guys are ready for that. So buckle up and get ready. Grab a nice bottle of skooma. No, not. Wait, what's in Fallout? What are they drinking Fallout? Doesn't matter. Grab a bottle of that. Anyways, if you're working, keep working. And if you are driving, please get home safely. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. And become part of the cult. Be a good cult member. Anyways, I'm the Incredible Sulk. This is the Sulk stream. And this is called The Rise of Billionaire Doomsday Bunkers. Enjoy.
Survive the winter. Humans, and especially American humans, became particularly fond of planning for the end of the world during the Cold War when nuclear Armageddon. Doomsday prepping has been around since prehistoric mammalian creatures stuffed some extra nuts into a tree to survive.
We're going to start it from the beginning, okay? Okay.
Winter. Humans, and especially American humans.
Jet Nuka-Cola. Nuka-Cola is what I was looking for. Jet's a good one, though. I hope you guys drink Jet. You inject Jet, though. Or you can heat it up in a spoon. You can freebase Jet. You can boof it. That might be pretty popular.
Particularly fond of planning for the end of the world during the Cold War when nuclear Armageddon was a very real possibility. Ever since, it has become something of a utility.
I'd boof some Jet. I'd boof a stim pack. Especially if I was out partying a lot the night before, I'd boof a stim pack.
Utilitarian hobby for millions of people, spawning a
Buff out is good too. Trust me, I know. I take Buff out every single day of my life.
$billion industry selling bunkers,
every single day of my life.
Bug out bags, and hunting supplies. The demand has grown so quickly that top-of-the-line air filtration systems have become collector's items because there simply aren't enough for everyone.
Why is it a collector's item? Like literally a collector's item? I don't think that's accurate.
Everybody who wants them. What is interesting, or maybe a little bit concerning, is the particular group that is planning for the end of the world in higher numbers than basically anybody else. Billionaires. In a game of survival of the richest, people like Zuckerberg, Peter Thiel, Sam Altman, and the former CEO of Reddit have all reportedly invested. Okay,
the former CEO of Reddit, he deserves to burn in hell. He has caused a lot of damage in modern society. I don't know if billionaires, I mean, look, I don't know if billionaires go to heaven in general. We could debate this, but definitely not this guy. Definitely not this dude.
Tens of millions of dollars in lavish accommodations to wait out the end times. These are just the ones we know about
hookers and robot hookers and a big ant pile of cocaine. But like one of those African ant piles that are like, 30 feet high. It's going to be a good time.
Game mode discretion is obviously a big advantage.
Oh, and like a bioreactor where you can throw the dead hookers. They're not all going to make it. Probably none of them. Roughly none of them. Out of the 30 to 300 hookers that are down there, trust me, there's a lot. There has to be a lot, right? You get bored.
So why
not many are going to make it, right? And they'll die oftentimes accidentally, sometimes not.
because there's been such a boom in
Sometimes not.
doomsday bunkers for billionaires. And
If you're a billionaire stuck underground with just a horde of hookers, right, and a giant pile of cocaine, somebody's dying, and it's not going to be the billionaire, okay? It's going to be a hooker or two. But they have expendable hookers. That's you know. And don't tell me they don't have doomsday bunker hookers. They do. Of course they do.
And is this all just
They
really
become
stupid?
ghoul whores? Yeah. Ghoul
Size.
whores.
This 54,000 square foot complex boasts
Mark
everything you
Zuckerberg
could
is
need to
building
live through the
a
end of the world.
doomsday sort of a place where he can in fact go into
A
hide
doomsday sort of a place. A doomsday sort of a place. Okay. All right. You sure you speak English?
in case there is doomsday that happens.
According to Forbes, there are 2,781 billionaires alive
Hello,
as of March of
Eugene
2024.
Stoner?
There are likely many more that the journalists at Forbes don't know about. But even from the recorded list, that is a lot of individuals from a lot of different countries and backgrounds. Counting all of these people together as a single consumer...
Arden Shire says, I don't think I want to see what a horde of whores look like. Well, I mean, like, they got it. Look, if you're a hooker for a billionaire, you're not going to be ugly. You're not going to be ugly, right? Because there's a whole screening process. There's a screening process that you have to go through. And look, especially if you're an end of the world hooker, a normal day-to-day hooker for a billionaire can be ugly, because sometimes they're like, you know, I think I'm going to go the ugly route tonight. Tonight, I've had so many 10 out of 10 modelly hookers that I think I'm going to bang an uggo just to change it up. You know, just throw a little spice in the gumbo. But if you're going for like the end of the world and stuff like that, you'd think you want some thoroughbreds down there. I mean, right? I don't know. I don't know the sexual proclivities of billionaires. It could be weird. It could be like a chicks with dicks kind of situation. It could be just one chick that her entire thing is just dunking in a pile of poop. Like it's just a big barrel of and then she comes out, she's covered in it and stuff like that. You guys think that's weird. It's not that weird. It's not that weird. After a while, these people just get bored. They just get bored sexually. They just banged everything on the planet, and they're all like, let's just spice it up. Just spice it up a little bit. I'm not the weird one. They're the weird ones. Okay? I'm not being weird. I'm just telling you how it is. I'm telling you how it be. Okay? So don't you look at me like that.
group shopping for the end of the world is a bit unfair. But they do all have three things in common that make them particularly...
What's that guy? McAfee had Brazilian 13-year-olds, or wherever they were from, Ecuadorian 13-year-olds, poop on him through a hammock. And he wasn't even a billionaire. He might have been. He was rich, right? But not like this kind of rich. He was rich, but not this kind of rich. And he would have teenagers pooping through hammocks on him. So I'm just saying. They're probably like telling some girl, like the poop girl, right? The girl that dunks herself in the 55-gallon drum of poop. We'll pay for your family's future, and like we'll give you this amount of money. Well, your parents will never have to work again. And then we'll keep you in comfort and take care of your medical bills for the rest of your life. But for like 5-ish years, you have to dunk yourself in a barrel of poop on command. Will it be a lot? Will it be a little? It depends on how we feel that night. But that's what it'll be. But honestly, if you're a billionaire, you got the art of the haggle down. So I bet they get like chicks. They're like, okay, I'll give you $5,000 if you do it. And then they'll find some people. They will find some skeevy, bottom of the barrel, pun intended, whores.
willing to make big investments into big holes in the ground. The first is that to get to where they are, they would have...
Dan Stott says, I hope Zuck's cryo chamber malfunctions. And so he just becomes like a goo, right? He's just like, he freezes himself and then becomes like a goo. He would still be, he's a goo now.
learned about the value of preparing for adverse outcomes. Whether that's making sure that their business had contingencies.
Despite says, and it's a good point, maybe they're doing the things they used to do on their islands in underground bunkers. Yeah, look, the island, it wasn't exclusive. They weren't exclusively doing that on the island. All right? This is not like, oh, we go to this island because this is the only place we get to do this weird, freaky shit. Because it wasn't. It really, not even close to wasn't. They did that everywhere they went. On their private planes, in their mansions, in their weird owl worshipping get-togethers where they suck each other's dicks and dress like fucking animals or something like that and run around the forest. They did that everywhere, right? This was just like Cabo for them, right? It was a company retreat where they all got together. That just happened to have cameras. Come on, really? If this was the only place that was happening, wouldn't you be a little wary about going there? Like, well, I don't want there to be cameras there. No, they're doing it everywhere. They're doing it absolutely everywhere. The island was unique only because it was an island, pretty much. Yeah, it was an island. That was it. You don't think there's other fuck islands they got going on? There is. Absolutely. And, I don't even know if I can say his name. J.E. is not dead. I would bet my left fucking nut on it. He's not dead.
In place to get through a bad quarter, or adjusting the allocation of their trust fund to ride out down markets, ultra high net worth individuals inevitably learn to preserve what they have.
That guy's a pedo. 100%. Sue me, Bill. What are you going to do? What are you going to get? You want my fucking microphone? Is that what you want? Sue me. Fuck off.
A multi-million-dollar bunker with indoor swimming pools, golf
you want my
simulators,
vape?
and enough utility.
There's still like half left. You want my half-used vape? I have a well-used lint roller. I got a wooden spoon. It's my birthday spanking spoon. You want that? Huh? You want that?
Utilities to stay off the grid for decades is just another way that they can hedge their comfortable lifestyle against.
He's like, I'll take the spoon. I'll take the spoon. I'm suing you for the spoon.
Unforeseen downturns. Details are obviously scarce because these individuals want to keep their plan secret. But reporting by credible insiders have revealed that some of these individuals have multiple bunkers set up in places like Alaska, New Zealand, as well as their home cities so that they have contingencies for their...
So you got multiple bunkers, dude. I mean, you're just pissing money away. But at that point, like, what do you do? What do you do with all that money? I would make a bunker. I really would. I'd have a couple of bunkers, right? Who cares? I'd have them connected by like some super fast train. I'd have an island. I would have an island. You guys are supposed to buy me an island, remember? I don't have that $8 million yet. You guys have not come up with the $8 million. I know you're working on it though, so I'll give you time.
Contingencies. The second similarity that makes doomsday prepping particularly appealing to ultra high net worth individuals is that they are already used to insulating themselves from the everyday world. Through choice.
Farrell says it would be hilarious to overlook air filtration. Well, that's not even... No, what they have, they have like a chick in a gimp suit, right? And a hose coming out of her butt compartment, and it goes right into the billionaire's mask, right? And that's what he breathes. He doesn't need normal air. He needs chick fart right in his face all day long. Told you, these guys are weirdos. They're absolutely weirdos. Now, would I do that? Yeah.
Or necessity, high-profile billionaires don't live normal lives. For their own convenience and protection, they fly private, have security personnel,
I tried to hold that together.
and staff on call to do mundane tasks like get groceries.
Could not
for them.
hold that together.
According to the industry research firm Technavio, global spending on private security has boomed to $330 billion and is projected to reach almost $500 billion by 2028.
The Radex.
Certain companies are now including...
People know about Fallout. People know the Fallout. Well, I was a big fan of the Fallout franchise. Fallout 3, I think, was my favorite. 4 was kind of lame. Yeah, 4 was kind of lame. New Vegas was all right. I know everyone raves about it. It was all right.
Including security allowances in the salary packages of their top executives. Before he retired
Farrell says it sounds like something you would do. Mm-hmm.
As the company CEO,
Yep.
Jeff Bezos was
Yep. She just in her gimp suit, right? She's all tied up, right? And then she has a mask too, but it's like it's to keep her quiet. And then I have the hose and up to my mask, right? And I just carry her around like a backpack, right? I'm just like, feed me those farts. I'm like Pyro from Team Fortress.
given
Team Fortress
$1 million
2.
a year to cover his security costs by Amazon, according to company filings. Now, to play devil's advocate on behalf of the billionaire,
4 was high mid. Yeah. I don't even, yeah, mid. Yeah, mid. Mid plus. High mid is little.
their public notoriety does make them targets for kidnapping, blackmail, or just revenge by disgruntled former employees who filled up one too many piss bottles. The point is that the idea of living in a bunker is not that insane to people who already live lives insulated from the rest of the world.
You do get isolated. Like when you're rich like this, you have all this shit and all these cool toys and look at that pool and like look at your hospital that you live in. But it's not like fun. They're like lonely a lot. They can't talk to people without them getting hit up for money and stuff like that. So, and I get it because everybody in this chat, if I gave you $1 billion right now, I would never do that. But if I were to give you $1 billion right now, would you be super social like the rest of your life? Or would half of you go buy a cabin on 100 acres of land and then never speak to anyone again? That's what I would do. I would get an island, but I'd also have my cabin. I would have my cabin, and it wouldn't even be that nice. It'd be like a single cot. There'd be a Franklin stove, and then there'd just be a bunch of crazy writings about Jesus and God on the walls. And then I'd be like, oh, this is nice. This is nice. No electricity. Nope. You would think I was poor as shit, but I wasn't.
The third reason rich people are so amenable to preparing
Eugene
for the
says
end of the
second.
world
There you
is
go.
because
There you go. See? These guys just want people to know they're rich. And so they got a big fancy house in like Palm Beach or whatever like that, Miami somewhere. And then they're like, yeah, I have all this. This is mine. But no, you can't see it. No. I want you to know I have it, but no, you can't see it. I wouldn't be like that. I'd be like, no one knows, and I'm going to grow my hair real long. I'm gonna mutter to myself a lot. A lot. Especially when I have to go into town to buy like provisions and stuff, like a sack of beans and ammo. I'm gonna mutter to myself a lot. Like that kind of thing. Make people think I'm completely nuts, which won't be completely off base. It won't. It'll be actually 98% accurate. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to live my life of peace, shooting squirrels.
they're rich. Incredible journalism, I know. But to average people like you or I, even a modest survival shelter to ride out basic natural disasters is a major investment. To them, a decommissioned missile silo or a bunker in some
Farrell's right. It's a gilded cage, right? It's a gilded cage. You can't go down to the local bar or anything like that and be like, oh yeah, I'm just Jeff Bezos. And then everyone looks at you expecting you to buy a round for the bar, which I would do, right? If you were that rich, you wouldn't just go to random bars and buy a round for everyone there just to see people get shithoused. I would do that every night of the year and still be a billionaire. It would be super easy. Every night of the year, I would just throw a dart on the map, and the closest bar to that dart gets free beer for the night. That's doing good in this world. That's doing real good in this world. I'd have to call it in from my bunker, right? So I go, boop, 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 boop. We got the call. Free beers. Free beers. All right.
country left off half the world's maps with provisions to last
I don't
decades.
know why I'm using like one. All right. I don't have a cell phone or anything. I'm just like, boop, 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 boop. I have to learn Morse code. Boop, 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 boop.
It's off the grid is less than a day's work. So why not? A report by the Financial Times describes how survival bunkers have become yet another status symbol to collect alongside the New York penthouse, the yacht, and the private jet. Now, it's their money.
Farrell says there's a house in this area where you see it from the street, looks like a normal ranch. However, it goes 12 levels straight down, and each level has a different purpose. I'll tell you what that is. That's Raccoon City. That's Raccoon City. That's not a normal rich guy. They're doing experiments. And yeah, there's probably a whore. There's a whore level, right? There's a whore floor. The whore floor. And it's probably pretty shallow, right? Because the more sensitive stuff is way down there. And you don't want the whores getting into the sensitive stuff because they'll mess it up. But, you know, you got to go through the whore floor. Right? And then you get into like the weird things where the aliens and the hybrid people are floating in vats and stuff. But most people don't get through the whore floor. Once you break in and then like, okay, we're going to infiltrate this place. Then they get to the whore floor and they're like, you know what? This is good. We're going to hang out here. What's downstairs? I don't care. Do you? What are you, gay?
And
we're hanging out on the whore floor.
They can spend it on what they want. But this is all incredibly stupid.
What are you, gay?
There are very few people.
That's how you stop any insertion team, right? Any like a SEAL Team 6 breaks in, they're like gonna get Osama or something like that. But they have to make it through the brothel, right? The whore floor. And they can't make it because everyone's going to be like, what are you, gay? You made it. And when you got down to Osama would be like, bunch of homosexuals are here to kill me.
More dependent on the systems of a modern society than billionaires. Their wealth is only possible because of the reach and industrial capacity of our modern world, as well as the people who are willing to work for them because of systems that won't survive when doomsday bunkers become prime real estate. Flying around the world takes a coordination of pilots, air traffic control, and maintenance technicians, not to mention the supply chains needed for the jet fuel to fill the planes in the first place. Billionaires can motivate people to perform these roles because they have a lot of money.
It's not really motivation, it's just money. I get it though. Do you have a whore floor?
But if that system of exchange breaks down, they might not even make it to their far-flung bunkers in the first place. What's more is that nobody stands to take a larger quality of life hit than a billionaire in the modern day. They might survive, but the goods and services they consume to give them the lifestyle they enjoy just wouldn't be available in a doomsday scenario. The logical conclusion for people with this many resources at their disposal would be to focus on avoiding the apocalypse rather than preparing for it. But unfortunately, this is not how they think. Oh, and this is far from the dumbest thing about these billionaire bunkers. So
okay, yeah, they are pretty stupid. Because, like, okay, imagine building an apartment building, but it's, like, down. It's just underground and stuff like that. Then you're just there. That's where you're going to live your life alone. Because if you invite other people, the other people will turn on you. They will mutiny. Inevitably. It's going to happen no matter what. So you have to be there alone. And you know this because you're a billionaire and you're insanely paranoid.
It's time to learn how money works to find out why some of the world's wealthiest people are actually looking forward to the end of the world.
Feral Pigeon says, I do. It's every floor I'm on. So you're the whore. Okay. So you just go door to door whoring.
As they know it.
It's God's work. I salute you.
This week's video is brought to you by Motion. Balancing my channels with my newsletter means my schedule can get pretty hectic. Algorithm is content I love about Motion. I'm still getting everything done. If you've got a busy schedule in
a 12-minute video with a 2-minute ad in the middle. Thank you.
Douglas Rushkoff is a writer and media theorist who is, amongst other things, one of the early pioneers of the cyberpunk genre and coining the term viral media. He was also the first person to widely draw attention to how much time, effort, and money ultra-high net worth individuals were spending on the end of the world. Rushkoff is an advocate for open source systems and spoke about them a lot before they were mainstream, which, for better or worse, has made him very popular amongst the people in the tech industry. With that popularity,
Dan, it doesn't matter if there's an overseer or not. He could look, if there's an overseer, he's going to have to lock himself into a room with a bunch of screens watching everybody else enjoy his luxurious fallout shelter. Okay. It's not going to work. he's going to have to be there alone, or he's going to have to relinquish control. In which case, he is no longer the billionaire that he once was. He built this place, yeah, but that don't mean shit at the end of the world, does it? Does it? No. It doesn't matter if you're in a beautiful bunker with like whores and the cocaine pile and like a billion rooms and shit like that. It is still the strongest dude in there is going to win. That's what it is, right? It's the most well-armed dude. He got it past security, right? He boofed a knife and he was like, now I win. All right, this is my joint now. That's what it is. It doesn't matter. Unless Zuck's going to enclose himself in some sort of robot suit, which is not completely out of the question. That's it. That's why this is kind of a dumb idea. It's kind of stupid, right? Because if the world ends, you're going to die. And not just because like most people are going to die. No, people are going to be like hunting you because you're a billionaire. And they know you have resources and they might have a bone to pick with you as well because you probably played a part in ending the world. So the best thing you can do is put a 9 mil in your mouth. That would be the idea. It could be plated in gold or solid gold for all I give a shit. You're a billionaire. But like, that's the best way, right? That's the way. You're not going to get your jets. You're not going to be in charge anymore. You get none of that shit. And by that time, your personality has changed from having money for basically your entire life. Like, even if you grew up poor, like most of your life, you have been a complete asshole to everybody because you have more money to them. And no, you don't. That doesn't automatically mean you need to be an asshole. But being an asshole helps you get more money. And that's a fact. That is a fact. You guys suck. And I hate you all. Okay, it didn't work. All right. But yeah, you're still an asshole. And then when you're an asshole without money, you're still an asshole. And people are going to kill you. People are going to fucking kill you.
He has said he frequently gets requests to come and speak at events held by tech leaders and their companies, often for tens of thousands of dollars a day in
You jerks. Okay.
speaker fees. In a 2018 article that
I was really hoping that would work. It didn't work.
later turned into a book, Rushkoff spoke about a time that he was invited to one of these speaking engagements, and the money offered was simply too good to turn down. But instead of giving a speech, he was instead directed into a small room to speak directly with 5 super wealthy individuals, who he didn't individually identify, but he did disclose that they were all from the hedge fund industry. Another surprise is that these men weren't interested in discussing Rushkoff's ideas about futurism, technology, media.
Feral Pigeon says, have you tried to being less gay and more of an asshole, John? You just saw it. That was me being you bitch. You cunt. I'm not good at it. I'm back to being gay.
Video or anything that he is famous for researching. He instead wanted to talk about how to prepare for the apocalypse. The reason they were interested in Rushkoff was not because he had any credentials in the field of survival shelters, but because they wanted him to use his expertise in developing open source social systems to fix a problem they were having. These unidentified men and others like them had hired highly trained teams of security personnel to keep them safe when traditional national security could no longer be relied on. According to a market report by Business Research Insights, the global primary military security market is now worth
Farrell says when all bets are off and the money doesn't matter, the influence is gone, and the billionaire would be the first one gone. Yep. He's the first one on the chopping block, right? Because he still thinks he's in charge. He built the bunker, right? He still thinks he's in charge. But he couldn't be more wrong. No, all that's over. All that's over. It doesn't, your imaginary bank accounts no longer exist. All right. You have nothing to trade anybody down here. You don't really even have power. Even if you're like holding passwords, they would torture it out of you. You really have nothing to stand on. So unless you started playing ball real fast, which I know you wouldn't, you'd be dead immediately. And honestly, they would probably kill you just because. They would kill you. I mean, like, really, just because. Just because he's different. And you don't want a different person there. Just like the rest of society. What? I'm not, like, okay, if I was in the bunker, right? There's a bunch of normal people with actual skills. Because remember, billionaires don't have skills. So they're not engineers or anything like that. They're not a doctor. He's not like the one that works on the air filtration system. He doesn't have the key to the hooker floor. And if he does, he won't for long because he's going to get tortured for that. And besides, they can just break into the hooker floor. A lot of my post-apocalyptic planning strategy goes around, it is centered around the horror floor. It is the base of operations.
$220 billion and is expected to grow to over $300 billion by the end of the decade. That growth has mostly been from commercial transport security through unstable areas like the Suez Canal and personal security for individuals.
Just by it says anyone aware of the bunker is going to try to get in there. Yeah, and there will be. There's going to be people aware of them. You can try and not have, like, what are you going to do? Kill everybody that worked on the bunker? You could, but I promise you, it's going to get out. Somebody's going to know about it. And when one person knows about it, everybody knows about it. It's going to get out. They're going to know exactly where it is. And when that happens, it is a matter of time before they get in. That's it. They're not going to let's just let him do his thing. And every once in a while, he shoots up rockets and stuff. No, they're getting into that shit. They know there's food. They know there's weapons. There could be a bunch of other things going on in there. The pile of cocaine, right? There's probably a full bar. Even if it's one day of living comfortably, it's worth several lives trying to get into that. You could have the best defense system in the world. It's not going to last forever. It is a matter of time.
In an end-of-the-world scenario, the teams of ex-Navy SEALs that these people are hiring could certainly fend off most would-be looters. But...
Okay, Christian says, I'm going to raid your bunker. He's practicing for the whore floor. It's like, okay, what do I say when I get in there? I got it.
While they could keep
I got it.
safe, there was no way that they're...
You see, it's topical. It's cute. And it suggests anal rape.
Clients could keep safe from them in a scenario where money had lost all meaning. What they wanted was for Rushkoff to figure out a social system to keep these hired security personnel subservient to the billionaire in a situation where they had all the power and there was nothing really stopping them and their team from claiming the multi-million-dollar bunker for themselves and their own families. In his article, he reports that they were experimenting with ideas like putting shock collars on their hired mercenaries so that they could incapacitate.
That is fucking ridiculous. Shock collars. Shock collars on your mercenaries. So it's like Total Recall. Or is it Running Man? That's Running Man. It's like Running Man, where they have to put the shock collar. You violate this, I'm going to press this button, your head's going to explode. That's stupid. That is absolutely retarded. Who's going to volunteer for that shit?
Them if they tried to rebel. Ultimately, Rushkoff pointed out that most of these efforts would be futile, and perhaps the best solution was just to be nice to the hired help before the end of the world comes about. Understandably, the billionaires disregarded this advice as commie nonsense and are presumably...
They can't do it. They can't do it because then they're no longer billionaires. They no longer have their wealth. They no longer have their power. And then there's no point at that point.
In talks with a more amenable cyberpunk author to design their bunkers.
Imagine just be nice to people is so off kilter that you have to rethink your entire plan. You're like, no, I can't do that. Maybe we should revisit shock collars. Maybe we should revisit shock collars. Because you just cannot be nice to the help. You just absolutely cannot be nice to the help. Because, but honestly, they would rebel anyway. Even if you were nice to them, they would rebel anyway. They'd be like, you're not in charge anymore. That's not. Thanks for the bunker. It's ours now. It's not yours. We could kill you if you'd like. And we probably, definitely will. Eventually, we're going to kill you. We might let you live for a minute or two, but then we're gonna plunge a knife into your throat. That's just what it's gonna be. Because honestly, I'm sick of you now. I'm sick of you now, and you no longer have power. The bombs have dropped. It's over. It's over for you, and we're in charge now. You see, we have the guns. We're much larger than you, much younger, and we just are willing to kill you. So, yeah.
Now, as with everything in this world, it's hard to independently verify what exactly was discussed at this.
Are you doing the, look at me. Look, I am the billionaire now.
Or in fact, if it even happened. It could be just a good premise to sell some books, and I will be leaving a link to it below. But it still speaks to a clearly obvious trend of what...
An island might be a good route, right? Because then you'd need a boat, and like... You can defend an island relatively well. Honestly, a yacht, like a Fallout yacht, would be a better decision. But then where do you like fill it up with gas and stuff? And it's kind of obvious. It's and piracy is going to be an issue. Yeah, it's not looking good. Maybe some sort of Elysium structure that orbits a planet.
Wealth becoming more and more insulating. One of the takeaways from Rushkoff's book and article was the question that has started dominating the mind of ultra-wealthy people.
Frail says, whoever programmed all the extras in the bunker can absolutely override any security put on the damn thing. And look, here's the thing about human beings in general. You think they're stupid, but they're not. Like when you put somebody in a box with like a pencil and like, like a ruler and some paper clips, and maybe some tape or something like that, they'll be able to kill you with that. They'll figure out a way to end your life with that. If you think I'm wrong, look at all the jail people in jail who make spears and like zip guns and stuff like that. They can make anything. And those are criminals. Those are people stupid enough to get caught by the law. They're not super duper smart. But when you give somebody a lack of options, they're going to figure it out, especially if they have time. So somebody even smarter could probably hack through the system. It would not be that difficult. All right? Somebody with time is insanely dangerous.
The actual bunkers were just an extension of a trend of people trying to hide themselves away from a society that doesn't like them. Now, this isn't some metaphorical, the real bunkers are the enemies we have made along the way. But it is the third reason why this is all incredibly stupid. There aren't many people in the world that have more influence over how successful our society is than the people who can afford these multi-million-dollar bunkers. It would be much better for everybody if they simply use their resources to avoid...
Zuck is the first to go. He will be the first one to die. I guarantee you. The very first one. People don't even consider him human, honestly. He seems robotic. I mean, he's probably on a lot of antidepressants and stuff. I feel for him for that, right? But he will be the first one to die. Of the billionaire class. Look, I don't have a problem with billionaires either. I'm not saying, oh, billionaires are evil. I'm just laying it out. This is what's going to happen. And they know this is what's going to happen. This is why they're building bunkers. They're like, maybe this will help. It won't, you stupid asshole. It will not. You might be great at doing business, but surviving the end times, you're probably not going to cut it. You're not going to cut it at all. There's going to be other people way more willing to do shit that you will not be willing to do, and then they're probably going to win. They will bathe in your blood. You don't even know. You don't even know. It will be a rough death. Put the pistol in your mouth. It's the easiest way out. It's, the Hitler Express. Just, that's the easiest way. The easiest way, I promise you.
Avoid these problems in the first place rather than planning on how to deal with them once they become a reality. But an increasingly popular
Zuck will turn
philosophy
into
amongst
Mr.
the
House.
same group of people means that
I mean, he's not too far off.
some of them might actually
Elon would become Mr. House. Elon's autistic like that. But he might just live in a computer anyway.
actually want this to happen. Accelerationism is the idea that radical change can be brought about by intentionally intensifying capital accumulation, technological change, and demographic shifts to destabilize traditional
Now think about those billionaires with their bunkers and their solid gold water fountains and their horror floors and stuff like that, and their vats with future horrors being grown in them so they can have a steady supply of horrors. And then me, the other billionaire, living in my shack out in the woods, so fucking buying free beer for random bars. Boop, 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 boop. No one's going to give a shit about me. What are you going to come to my shack? You want to steal my beans? Okay. There's beans closer to town. You can get those beans. It's not like I have tons of beans. I'm shooting squirrels out here. I just wanted to be left alone. That's it. That's all I wanted to do. And I needed this money to pay for property taxes because even though there's nothing out here, property taxes are out of control. And anything rest, I just do the old boop, 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 boop. What are those things called? I don't know. And I buy beers for random people. No one's going to kill me. No one's going to come out and kill me. They're going to be like, hey, that guy used to be a billionaire out there. Yeah, John, he bought beers for the whole town. And he doesn't bother anybody. He eats beans and squirrels and shit. Just keeps to himself. No, he ain't got nothing out there. Okay. Okay. Just a bunch of weird shit written on the walls. That's the way you survive the apocalypse. That's the way you survive the apocalypse. Right? Not Zuck or Elon building these massive underground bunkers so they can have their taste of the good life, even though everyone outside is suffering. No. That's stupid. That's stupid. But you can't tell him that. The one guy suggested shock collars on a security detail. Shock collars. That's stupid. That is deeply stupid. Yeah, look, I know these billionaires want to consider themselves geniuses, and don't get me wrong, they are probably reasonably smart people. But smart people can still have stupid fucking ideas.
systems and effectively
They
rebuild
can.
something better from the metaphorical or literal ashes. On the surface, the whole thing sounds absolutely insane, but the broad ideas of the theory
Yes, I'm going to be flicking my own beans. Yes. I'm alone. No one else is going to flick my bean.
have been adopted by a lot of very high-profile individuals like Sam Altman, Gary Tan, Elon Musk, Rupert Murdoch, and Peter Thiel. Most of these people are heavily involved in technology, so making big claims about how the world can be radically reshaped by their AI systems might just be an effective way to create buzz around the capabilities of their companies. Or it could be that they are running these companies with this kind of inherently unstable future in mind. Before he was a household name, Sam Altman of OpenAI in an interview with The New Yorker said that he had an arrangement with Thiel whereby in the eventuality of some kind of systematic collapse scenario,
Eventuality, which is the proper term. Yeah.
synthetic virus breakout, rampaging AI, resource war between nuclear armed states, so forth, they both get on a private jet and fly to property Thiel owns in New Zealand. Now, another possibility is that all of this could just be a way for people to justify to themselves that hoarding wealth and recklessly experimenting with potentially dangerous technology is all to serve a bigger purpose than their own personal enrichment. Who is to say? Joe Scott made an amazing and fairly balanced video on accelerationism a few months ago where he went into a lot more details than I did here, so I will leave a link to him down below. Most of his videos are awesome. Even if all of this is just something for really rich people to work on in their spare time, it has created a huge industry in and of itself, and there are people ready to hype up the inevitability of the end of the world if it secures them a contract to dig a multi-million-dollar hole in the ground. Now, another element to this is
I tell you what, I would love a tour. I know I'll never get a tour. No normal person is ever going to get a tour. I would love a tour. I would love it. Love it, love it. Every level I would love. I'd be like, this is amazing. You have a 9-hole golf course down here. Why do you need that? Look at how high the ceilings are. We're still underground, huh? Wow. Let's go to the horse.
How these billionaires
horse.
handpick countries to set up these rather serious operations in. I am going to be writing an article over on my completely free email newsletter, Compounded Daily, about the growing trend of buying citizenship as an escape plan from the end of the world, or just an unfavorable election. If you want to read that in articles like that and get these videos a day early, sign up at the link below. Or go and watch this video to find out who companies are going to sell their products to.
Freeside says, I just got here and I don't know what's going on, but I am in fact coming for your beans, John. I can share my beans. That's fine. They're just beans. I can share my beans. You see, this is a billionaire that's going to survive the apocalypse. Sure, you want my beans? Take my beans. You have my beans. It's really just, it's a sack of beans. It's not really much. It's a sack of beans. I could find more beans. It's not an issue. No one's going to want to kill me. I'm not in the underground bunker, like commanding people to like shoot each other, wearing shock collars and stuff like that. That's psychotic. That's psychotic. I'm just writing, I'm writing, you know, chapters of Revelation on the wall in my cabin. Innocently. There's nothing wrong with that. I just want to be left alone. That's it. Just me alone, talking to myself. The apocalypse. Jesus returns. Probably be drunk 20% of the time.
Once they have replaced
20% of the time, if not far more.
everyone with AI to keep on learning how money works.
Yeah, I said Fallout 3 was best. I liked Fallout 3 the best. All right, now we're going to look at an abandoned bunker.
Shelters all over the country in case of a national emergency. Today we will be diving into the history of Taiwan and its abandoned structures from when Japan took over.
Yeah, it is
That's
huge,
pretty epic.
man.
That's pretty epic.
Wow, an hour of this is actually crazy. Jeez. Dude, we can get...
Freeside Thug says, what's Fallout? Freeside Thug. If you get it, then you know what, yeah.
Austin here, actually. Look at this. Wow, dude, this is a crazy view. I'm just scared about falling down, like caving in. Europe, what is up, guys? Today we are here in Keelung right now, and I'm looking over the Keelung Harbor. Look at this place. Again, Keelung is a small village.
Freeside says, nah, 3 and NV are pretty close for me. Yeah, I like 3 better than NV. But NV was good, don't get me wrong. It's just not as good as some people like hype it up to be. It was good, though. I just preferred 3. Maybe the nostalgia factor? I don't know.
It's about 40 minutes right out of Taipei.
Loved it, though. Loved Fallout 3.
And I met some locals who I found right off of Instagram looking for an abandoned place. They took me here. They got their friends, their roommates here. So I'm gonna introduce you to them right now. So these are the homies. See, I met you from.
Is that Rich Chiga? You gonna rap for us? I want to hang out with this guy immediately. I don't know what his vibe is, what his deal is. I want to hang out with him right now.
Instagram, bro.
Yeah.
What's your Instagram?
YK6 J06.
All right, dude, this guy's sick. He studies architecture, so he likes abandoned places. And I'm literally like,
that's
looking
cool. What's
for
up?
abandoned places
What's
here
up,
in
bro?
Taiwan. And he just gave me a whole bunch. He was cool, and he took his roommates here with him too. And now here we all are, squatted and randomly all meeting up to do this abandoned bomb shelter that he's taking us into. So we'll see how this goes, guys. I haven't been to an abandoned bomb shelter before. I don't think. Have you?
No, I don't think I have.
Yeah.
I've been to I've seen them in video games and everything. So kind of excited to see what it kind of looks like in here.
Dude, wait a second. Why
like
is
a
this
bomb
randomly
shelter.
creepy guy peeking out? Look at that, some creepy guy peeking out,
Okay.
a statue.
That's creepy.
Oh, wow, it's hot in there.
Yeah, that's really hot.
Wow. Why is it hot?
There's no air inside.
Oh, no air, so we're gonna die.
There are more than 117,000 air raid shelters in Taiwan, some dating back to the Japanese colonial period. During the Second World War, an extensive network of bunkers and shelters was built across Taiwan to defend against Allied bombing raids.
Oh, and I bet those have been refabbed too. right? Because the whole China thing going on right now. So, I mean, Taiwan, they're in a good spot. I mean, they're not in a good spot, but at least they have a bunch of bunkers.
Keelung specifically has the most air raid shelters in Taiwan. According to our Taiwanese friend, there are over 200 of them here. Not all of them have gone abandoned, but the one we are going to is one that is no longer in use and the public doesn't know about, even though it's in a popular park area. Today, many of these air raid shelters have gone abandoned or been repurposed as tourist attractions.
That's pretty cool.
And why are there so many shelters in general, though? Was there a war or something back in the day?
Yeah, because in the World War II, the Japanese built a lot of the bomb shelter in Taiwan, every country.
Okay, so you guys were alliance with the Japanese?
Yeah.
Okay, and was it to fight against...
The Taiwanese and the Chinese do not like each other. China thinks Taiwan is part of China, and Taiwan hates the Chinese passionately because of Chinese history. They used to be like two clans, and one was the Qing something, but eventually one of the clans took over mainland China and forced the other clan onto Taiwan, and then they became separate countries. They do not like each other whatsoever. They're not friends.
Who?
To the Republic of China, that time in the China, and
Which one's the whore bunker? No, it's a whore floor. It's not a specific bunker. You don't want to leave your bunker to go get the whore. Every bunker has their whore room or whore floor, depending on how much money you have. You might have a whore closet, right? Where she's constantly scratching on and you lock it from the outside and stuff. But you don't want it in a separate place. That's ridiculous. Don't be silly, Farrell.
and the American,
Also, it's wherever you are.
the U.S. Army and the Chinese Army, they will.
I'm trying to be a bigger asshole. I'm trying to be a bigger asshole so I can make lots of money. You stinker heads. Shit. I'm not good at it. Not good at it.
Air raid Taiwan
Corey.
in 1945. Yeah, there's a lot of air raid in Taiwan.
Wow, so now look at us. We're hanging out, American and Taiwan. Times have changed. We are united now. I love Taiwan.
They'll kill you quickly. And I'll back them up because you're a homo.
Let's take a deeper dive into this history. Japan gained control of Taiwan in 1895. Even though Japan played a large role in modernizing Taiwan, they tried to suppress the culture with their own. After Japan lost in World War II, Taiwan has been occupied by the Republic of China. Since then, it's been recorded that Taiwan has more than 117,000 air raid shelters.
This is another one or the same one? Oh yeah, we'll
They're
be
all
in there
bricked
anyways.
up.
You can see it's very big inside.
Yeah, it is huge, man. Wow. We're gonna sweat a lot.
Yeah.
Get our sauna and oh god, look at that. Look how much good I can squat all day.
All right, Feral Pigeon. $5. He wants 33. Do you guys think 33 will land? Let's see. For the whore. For the whore. Nope. It's a 0. It's a 0. Sorry.
Oh.
I like this wheel. it's
Whoa.
fun. It's fun for me.
It's actually pretty cool in here. He's like the guardian of the entrance here. Oh, look at this.
Look at what you've done, John. What have I done?
Are just sitting here.
Oh, it's so warm.
Yeah, but
That was my guess on which floor is the horror floor.
so
I
really,
mean, like, okay, you're not going to have a 33 floor fallout shelter. You might. But it would be, again, closer to like floor 1 or 2. It would be like the top floor. Because like I said before, if there's a bunch of people trying to break into your thing, you want to be at the bottom, right? That way the whores will distract them long enough for you to escape. And if they don't, you can call them gay. Like, you're gay.
the cool area.
Gay?
Animatronics?
You got through my whore defenses? Gay? What a gay homo. Wow, I bet your parents are disappointed in you being so gay. Gay and then he puts a gun in his mouth.
Look how they built these. They actually were run by electricity at one point, so they would move.
Yeah, they're automatic.
Automatic.
That feels so creepy.
Why?
Why is there all this going on? Why is it like, okay, it's a bunker. It's supposed to be you're in here while the bombs are dropping. You're not going to be like, wow, look at all the work that went into this. This is so pretty. You're not slowly walking through the corridor being like, wow, this is really nice. Or maybe you are. I don't know. Whatever. It's their bunker. Don't tell me there's not a whore floor.
Do you know why this was built, or like why this one has so much cool stuff in it?
It was a park usually before.
Oh, before.
It's
when
a
it was
theme
trial.
park.
Oh.
The old statue is about
I guess that
Taiwan's,
makes sense.
Traditional story.
It's multi-use, right? During wartime, it becomes a bunker, but the rest of the year, it's a theme park, the happiest place on earth, that you can shut the doors and then stay there.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're talking about a story about on the wall.
Okay.
孔子的英文比较多。
Confucian.
Yeah, Confucian.
Yeah, this guy's the Confucian.
How effective are bomb shelters these days? Look, I know we have like bunker buster bombs and stuff, and they can go pretty deep, right? But that's not what I would be afraid of. I would be afraid of like the Terminator bots, or like the very small bomb drones that could fly anywhere into some place, right? Imagine a million like very small bomb drones just flying in the vents of this place. They have to have vents, right? And they're just filling it up and killing everybody in there. Shit, I dropped my vape.
Oh, of Taiwan.
Mm-hmm. Look at this. This is a unique place.
It is.
Look at it, look at it, look at it. Oh, man. It's like, well, Rich, put your body next to it. Let's see what it looks like. Yo, bro, that really, really? On camera, it kind of looks like you. Yeah.
You have the long leg right now.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, bomb drones, Terminators, little burrowing drones. I'm just saying we have the technology to get past these things. I know the military is using like DARPA to figure out, okay, how do we get into all these bomb shelters? You don't think they've thought about that? And the bunker buster is not the only way, right? That's not the only one. There's probably much more insidious ways of getting in. You know, poison the air filter, right? Just blow like a chemical in the air filters, engineer a virus, something like that. It really would not be too hard. I think these things might be obsolete.
You grew a few, bro. There you go. This is very cool. Very unique place. Oh, he's stepping on the tiger down there.
The Formosa tiger, also known as the Formosa clouded leopard, was declared extinct in 2013. It's said it went extinct from loss of habitat due to people's developments. Some experts still believe there are still a few left deep in the remote forests of Taiwan.
What's cool is that it goes all the way down. But we'll follow and go this way. Again, like we said, they're telling a story. I'm surprised they just left this abandoned. This place has some really cool style to it. Oh wow, so far this is the coolest one. Look at these statues right here, how it is.
Okay, this is cool and all.
And everything on the boat.
Don't get me wrong, but
Actually, I think we could get lost in here. You'd be getting lost with all these statues. And there's a lot of them with the glass intact. It's not even broken.
yeah, because everyone there is the same. They're all Chinese. Well, they're all Taiwanese, right? So it's not like there's a bunch of others in there breaking glass and stuff. You know what I'm trying to say?
You can even move the... Oh, wait, no, we can't move the glass. It's stuck. This is... Oh, my God. It just keeps getting better and better. Wow.
And they get the snake coming out of there.
That's cool.
This guy he's literally a pig.
He's got, look, these are eyes. I got a mouth right here. It's pareidolia for you.
He's a pig. And as we keep
I didn't even
walking,
notice the pig. He had a face of a pig. I just saw his gut.
oh my God. Every scene looks insane. With the dragon coming out. Damn. Really cool.
Is there any bunker stuff in this? Or is it just an abandoned theme park?
Yeah, this place goes on for quite some time too. Like, I don't know what's over here. Wow, an hour of this is actually crazy. Seems like they were trying to build more here, and then they stopped. Oh, this one's not even finished.
No.
So there's some empty ones here.
Yeah.
As you can see, this air raid shelter was remodeled into a tourist attraction, sharing Taiwan's unique history and culture. Oh, wow.
Remember, even that was just
Jeez. Yo, this is the craziest.
This one is a little boring, so this is something else on bunkers. I'm sorry you bored me, sir. It's a boring. You're bored.
Because the hottest trend is billionaire survivalist bunkers.
They're designing underground shelters for comfort, I would say luxury.
Zuckerberg just dropped $250 million for a bunker in Hawaii.
That's just like a little shelter under, and it's like a basement.
Little shelter.
I do have an underground tunnel.
Do you really?
Yeah.
The billionaires are up to some shit. Faced with climate catastrophe and global unrest, they're burrowing underground. But let's say their plans pay off. Let's say their bunkers and their paranoid fantasies are put to the test.
Beans in a shack in the middle of the woods. I'm telling you guys.
Then what?
Beans
I'm not even talking
in a shack.
about the horror of only a handful of the rich surviving the apocalypse. I'm talking about the day-to-day. You have to live down here. Some of the bunkers are small, meant to house immediate friends and family for a year or so. Others are more ambitious. Zuckerberg's bunker is built to house over 100 people. He plans to include a full team of staff.
That's not going to work.
Others are planning for a more open-ended survival scenario, including sustainable features like hydroponic
I'm
gardening.
not showing you my bean, hog dog. You don't get to see the bean. It costs money. Dick. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be meaner because that's how you make money. You got to be mean to people. You shit dickhead.
Gardens. Let's imagine the biggest, most impressive bunker for our thought experiment.
Yeah.
Let's say it's built to house 1,000 people for a scenario where shit has well and
Why not just buy a cruise ship? Why not buy a cruise ship? Wouldn't a cruise ship work out? If you're getting a bunch of people, you can like put guns on it, but then again, they would mutiny and then they would be their cruise ship. That's the problem. This is the entire problem. They want to hold on all the power. They can't have that. They can't. It makes no sense at that point.
Truly hit the fan. In this version of the future,
yeah,
the
Dick, your name is Dick.
For 100 years, longer than your lifespan. You aren't one of the billionaires. Maybe your spouse or a parent worked in tech and nabbed a spot. But once you're sealed in here, you'll never see the outside world again. You're assured this will all be worth it. A brighter and better future awaits.
It'll be sweet.
Just not
somebody's gonna end up killing everybody in there. That's option 2, right? Option 1 is mutiny, right? And you take over, and then it's there, right? There's another option where one guy just goes absolutely apeshit psycho and kills everybody else in that bunker. Even if it's 100 people, he'd be like, I can kill 100 people. It would take a day. I could pull it off.
You.
Freeside Thug for 5. He says 9. Okay, 9. Let's test fate here. Let's challenge the fates. And here we go. Are we going to get a 9? Is it going to be a 9? And it is... was an 8. That one scared me. That one frightened me. But John comes out on top again. Ha ha! Ha ha! You can't beat me, guys. I'm the billionaire in this situation. Forget everything else I've said about... You know what I mean. Close. That was uncomfortably close. That was uncomfortably close.
To be born indoors.
You had me. My heart skipped a beat just for a second there. Just for a little bit.
To die indoors. The same steady four walls to hold us. To circulate the same air. The temperature.
Yeah, John is rich with these $5.
The lights
What I made
demand.
$10 tonight. I made 10,
every
15 bucks
sound.
tonight. I'll
The
take
clicking
it.
of a radiator.
Fucking $15. I'll take $15.
The jolt of a pipe.
Oh, free Farrell for a fucking 34. All right. I like how you guys are getting ballsy. Not ballsy enough to do the $100, the 100 shot, right? Because $100 you get to pick a color. That's a 50-50. Well, besides these two. But if you pick $100 and you pick green, then I have to say whatever you put in the chat the rest of the night. That's the caveat. That's the caveat. Because it is what it is. Anyways, 34. Let's see it. I understand why you wouldn't want to do that because it's $100 and, you know, it is a lot of money. It's 18. Thanks for playing.
Steady. Constant. Safe.
I wonder, a lot of you guys have had some time to think about it too. Like, what am I going to make him say if he does land on it? Probably some horrible, horrible things.
How long can you
I don't know what that could be,
indoors?
but I'm sure it's going to be.
What would you miss?
That should be 20. $20? No, because I actually worked out the math, and like, it's not worth it for less than $100. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. Don't do it. I don't care. Don't do it.
The wind. The enormity of the sky.
Freeside had no plan, but
if you'd never
there
known
are
them,
some people out there with a plan. There has to be.
The silo is connected by a central staircase, spiraling past hundreds of floors. Here, tens of thousands of people live out their lives.
Farrell says, I'm going to ask Knobs what he wants you to say. That's fucking gay, dude. That sucks. That sucks of you. That fucking sucks. You're a shitty person. Dan Snot, with another fiver, he says 14 for the 14 words. Okay, but if it lands, I have to take it off YouTube because I will get banned for that. I'll say it. I'll say it, but I have to take that shit off of YouTube. And it's a 9. Oh, Freeside. Oh my God. That's got a sting. Ooh. Oh my God. It was just, oh God. Oh God. Oh, now I want to flick my bean. Yeah.
They have jobs, families, they celebrate holidays, and their only
that's painful, dude, huh?
concept of outside comes via a wall screen in the cafeteria displaying a charred and ruined landscape. The series is based on a trilogy.
Next one could be 14. I read this book. I read this one. Wool?
Books by Hugh Howey. And I want to be careful about spoilers since the show is still going. So here's what we're going to do. I've corralled all of my spoilers that happen after season 2 of the show into one section later in the video. There's going to be an obvious warning before it so that you can skip to the next chapter and the rest of the video will still make sense. Nobody knows how long the silo has stood. Nobody knows where it came from or
Those
why.
books are actually really
Maybe
good.
someday
I don't
they'll
think I
get to go
finished
outside
Wool.
again,
But
that day
from what I
is
remember,
not
it was good.
Today. The silo was built for near perpetuity. A massive generator provides power, farms provide food, Clothing and belongings are broken down and recycled into new materials.
Even people.
To keep the population in check, a lottery grants couples the right to have children. And the dead are buried in the soil beneath the farms, their absence making room for a new lottery ticket, their bodies fueling the crops that will feed the next generation. A closed system is like a sealed terrarium. Energy is still being exchanged, like heat and sunlight, but
Where's
no
the
new
poop
materials come in or out. And terrariums can last a long time. The oldest closed terrarium on record has survived for over 50 years without being opened. No water, no fertilizer. They're a miniature version of the Earth's atmosphere trapped in a bottle. Plants absorb sunlight,
So they
carbon
work.
dioxide, and water. In exchange, they release oxygen.
No,
Bacteria
Farrell, you
and-
have one. You have one, like the very first time. But yeah, no one's won yet besides Farrell that one time.
Insects in the soil.
Which is like, yeah. But if you picked $100, then that's a 50-50 shot.
Breathe oxygen
Just saying.
while they eat decaying leaves and
Just
release
saying.
CO2. And water from the soil evaporates and forms condensation, which falls back to the
Just
plants.
saying.
In theory, a perfectly balanced closed system could survive almost indefinitely. But they never do.
Freeside says I've attempted 2 closed terrariums. Longest one lasted 10 months. That's actually impressive, though. I bet. Is that hard? It must be hard.
In 1991, 8 scientists sealed themselves inside what was essentially a 3-acre terrarium.
Yeah, that failed.
They wouldn't step outside again for 2 full
And you guys know who the director of this was? It was Steve Bannon.
years.
And
The
Steve
building
Bannon
held
did this.
7 biomes, including a miniature rainforest, an ocean
Yeah, the
with a living coral reef,
politics.
a farm,
Yeah.
and human living quarters. They were populated with plants and animals collected from around the world. The crew living here would be self-sustaining. They would grow their own food and breathe air from their own atmosphere.
This is Biosphere 2. It was named as a sequel to call attention to the fact that Biosphere 1 is planet Earth. News organizations called Biosphere 2 one of the most significant scientific projects of our time. If it worked, they suggested, it might save the world. But it wasn't all good news. Before the doors had even sealed shut, the plan received scrutiny. Because these weren't traditional scientists who would be
It's
living
just trial and
inside.
error.
They called themselves the Synergists. Their leader was a man named John Allen.
Apparently, if I remember correctly, what went wrong with Biosphere 2 was the concrete mixture was actually absorbing more oxygen than they were producing. So that's they didn't account for the concrete actually absorbing oxygen, which apparently it did, and then they ran out of air.
And this wasn't their first project. Previously, they'd been a touring theater group, sailing around the world in a boat they had collectively built by hand. They also did sustainability projects. They set up wastewater recycling systems, they studied coral reefs, they helped fix overgrazed farmland in the Australian outback. And whether a cult, as some argued, or an intentional
Hey, we're a cult. We could do stuff. We could build a boat. You guys want to build a boat? We could do the island thing.
community, as the Synergists called themselves,
Could do an
they
island?
were close. They were family.
We just gamble. We can gamble. We can
Biosphere
gamble on
2
stuff.
was their biggest venture to date. Nothing on this scale had ever been attempted before, which is kind of surprising.
Anything but get an actual job. That's not our bag. That's not what we do.
Because if we ever hoped to explore the galaxy or to set up camp,
No, see, cults used to be a more common thing back then, right? In the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Cults were pretty common because Heaven's Gate rented their mansion, their Beverly Hills mansion for like $6,000 a month, which is like it was enough for like a cult. It was just easier back then to not have to work as much. You could work. They probably sold T-shirts or sandals or something. Like, this is enough money to actually buy a country. It was just a lot easier. Now most of your money is fake. Well, it's all fake. It's all fake. You're a slave. We're all slaves now in some weird cult where like people get to go have sex on an island and they have whore floors inside of their doomsday bunkers.
camp on Mars, we'd need to perfect.
Sucks. It sucks now, dude. It was a lot better back then. Shit was cool. Shit was cool, and like it sucks now. That's why I should name the show. Yeah, shit was cool, but it just sucks now.
Running a closed system, and we didn't know if that was
It was based out of San Diego. Well, wherever it was.
possible. As Jane Pointer, one of the biospherians, writes, can a life system that evolved on a planetary scale over billions of years be bottled? The silo runs into trouble when its generator falters. The giant blades that power the machine are off-kilter. Years of temporary fixes have resulted in an increasingly unbalanced system, like a wobbling top. The entire silo has been operating under a similar ethos, the community building up pressure and blowing off steam. The silo's solution for stabilizing the wobbling top of their community
Shit ain't been cool for 21
happens via
years.
what they call cleanings.
At
the
least,
number one rule
yeah.
of the silo: if you ask to go outside, you will go outside. The second thing you can depend on: the people who are sent outside always clean. The display in the cafeteria is recorded from a sensor mounted outside the building. Dust and grime build up on the lens, muddying the display over time. During a cleaning, the newly exiled community member always takes the time to wipe the lens. With a view now clear for curious onlookers, the cleaner stumbles forward into the great unknown and takes their last choking breaths of the toxic air.
Then what's that suit for? I'm sorry, what's that suit for? Is the suit for nothing? You have the suit is for nothing.
For the mounting social tension within the silo, a reminder for why they're caged to begin with. And it works. For a while. But like bending the great blades of the generator to keep them spinning, the cleanings are only a temporary fix. Without a meaningful change to the system, they're only buying time until the whole thing boils over.
Life inside the biosphere went okay at first. But as the months ticked by,
The Heaven's Gate
isolation...
Heaven's Gate mass suicide occurred in a rented mansion in an upscale gated community in Rancho Santa Fe, California, on an exclusive suburb of San Diego. Okay, so it wasn't Beverly Hills, but it was in California.
And the monotony began to wear the crew thin. The biosphere became something of a sensory deprivation tank. Every day, the same 3 acres, the same 8 people, no wind, no weather.
You think they were getting it on? They must have been getting it on, right?
No change in scenery, nowhere to escape. The crew described themselves as feeling increasingly sensitive and volatile. An offhand remark or a negative tone would send them into a spiral for the rest of the day. They became paranoid. They started fighting. Fighting escalated into screaming matches, throwing plates. People were spitting in each other's faces. People who, just months
3 acres does blow. 3 acres is really not that much space. 3 acres, and what, 8 people for 3 acres? And you're there for, how long were they there for? A year? 2 years? It doesn't matter. That's not enough people in too close of quarters. Not enough people too close to quarters. Feral Pigeon with 19. Okay, let's see it. I like it. I like the bravery. Let's see it. 19. Is it going to be 19? Is it going to be 19? It's... God damn it, dude. It's 19. God damn it, dude. God damn it. Fuck. God damn it. God, dude. Fuck, man. God fucking damn it. This is fucking bullshit. This is fucking bullshit, dude. That's... Okay, what do you want? What do you fucking want? Or what is Knob's dog, too? It's fucking Knob. It's a fucking bullshit, dude. Knob says, fuck yes. Okay. 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 All right. What is it? Namsa says, Farrell, I need help with this one. I want to have him say something nice about me, but we already did that, so now what? Put something nice about me, she says. Make him say a sweet thing about Royce. Don't do that. No. Or whatever. I mean, it is the rules. It is the rules, so I'll say whatever you want. As long as it's legal and doesn't, like, it's no calls to action and no, like, violations of privacy. Legal. You understand what legal means, right? That's not, I don't want to end up in jail, That's 2 for Farrell. That's twice. Damn it. She says, let's think about this. We also have to get him to admit that he's never going to... Fucking salt on the wound, bitch. That's some salt on the wound. Right? You don't think I think about that every day? How I'm not bouncing around on the waves, enjoying the salt air in my face, having a great time, laughing at you people. But, that's not, you're lazy. That's laziness. Fine, whatever, think about it. I don't care. Take your time. I don't give a shit.
Consider themselves family.
Social breakdowns in isolation and containment are
Damn it!
Antarctica is one of our closest analogs for life on a hostile planet. Covered by an ice sheet 3 kilometers thick, there's no sunlight for half the year. The average winter temperature is minus 76 degrees Fahrenheit.
Of course they were getting it on, yeah.
Hurricane-force winds blow through on a weekly basis. Move inland from the coast, and you'll find no signs of life. No plants, no animals. Except us.
Jess says, sorry about your jet ski, honey.
There's no permanent population living.
Hog Dog says, you don't have a jet ski? What the fuck? Yeah. Yeah, now everybody knows. I've been outed. I'm a jet ski-less loser. Like, my life isn't hard enough.
In Antarctica, but since 1957,
he never will.
A constant presence there. Humans work on research stations dotted around the continent. One of the most isolated
Fuck,
is
dude.
the South Pole Station.
That's
one of the
mean.
few inland stations occupying the southern.
I will too. And when I do, oh my God, I'm gonna rub it in your fucking faces. I'm gonna rub it in your faces so good. Oh, it's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be delicious, man. It's gonna be good. Oh, it's gonna be good when I'm just blasting around on that thing. I might die, but it'll be worth it. Worth it. Worth it.
Earth. Scientists and crew members live and work at the station year-round in shifts. Most work happens during the summer, where about 150 people populate the station. But when their contract ends, a skeleton crew of about 50 people remain behind to keep the station running. When the last plane departs and the sun sets for the winter, there's no option to change your mind. This is where you'll remain, surrounded by darkness and cold, cut off from the outside world, for the next...
I do shoot Despite in the back a lot, but I don't regret doing it.
9 months.
Yeah.
This has, predictably,
it's usually
a
not on
effect
purpose.
On the human psyche. Winter over.
But I don't feel bad when I do it. I shoot him in the back and I'm like, well, had to be done. Had to be done.
Syndrome is the name given to the cluster of symptoms experienced by crew members during an Arctic winter. Depression, anxiety, and sleep disorders are common. The monotony of the days often leads to...
Okay, fine. Jeez. All right. Should I full screen it again? Should I do the full screen again? Because I want this to be like recorded and like, okay. All right. How do I look? Fantastic as always. All right. Here you go. Hello. God damn it, dude. I fucking hate that name. Okay, all right. Sorry. Wait, is this still part of the same thing? Because I was going to make it one comment. Whatever, I'll give it to you. I'll get, okay. Hello, I am Bahama John. Okay, sorry. Okay. Hello, I am Bahama John. You may know me as a giant homosexual, living in denial, angry that I neither have nor... God damn it. I'll try it again. From the top. Hello, I am Bahama John. You may know me as a giant homosexual, living in denial, angry that I neither have, not ever, will have a jet ski. I just hope my much stronger and more handsome friend Royce... God fucking damn it! It's worded a little bit funny here. God fucking damn it, though. Hello, I am Bahama John. You may know me as a giant homosexual, living in denial, angry that I neither have nor will ever have a jet ski. I just hope my much stronger and more handsome friend Royce gets one day. I'm just so grateful that my smart and beautiful friend Farrell continues to watch my crappy show, and I'm thankful for her participation. That comment at the end was mean. Why did you have to get like, okay, my strong handsome friend Royce, that's gonna hurt, right? It will. But like the crappy show, you think it's crappy? I don't think it's crappy.
Time and dissociation, known as the Antarctic stare. Crews dip into spells of irritability, paranoia, even psychosis. When you live...
Farrell says, say it like you mean it, you son of a bitch. That's not... I did say it. He says from the top. Fine. It's your money. You won fair and square. I will satisfy you the best I can. See, the Sulk stream is about integrity. It's about delivering on our promises. I mean, our entire cult. This is our credo. This is what we live by. Hello. I'm Bahama John. You may... fuck. Now I was all fucking tongue-tied. Hello. I'm Bahama John. You may know me as a giant homosexual, living in denial, angry that I neither have nor will ever have a jet ski. I just hope my much stronger and more handsome friend Royce gets one day. I'm just so grateful that my smart and beautiful friend Farrell continues to watch my crappy show, and I'm thankful for her participation. Are you happy? Is that good? Is that good for you? It wasn't good for me. No. No, it's not good for me. I didn't enjoy it. It was really, really disappointing. Tell him, Jess, you're used to disappointment.
And work in the same building, and the outside world is hostile. You can't walk away from a conflict. And the researchers...
Well, there you go. There you fucking go. Clip it and send it on over to Royce and do the thing. Send it. I'm sure it'll make him happy. And he'll look at it, he'll smile, and he'll be like, what a gay retard. And then I'll be like, ha ha.
Station have an end date to their contracts. What happens?
Fuck you.
Liver syndrome.
Knob says, fuck you, illiterate queer. That's not even... You didn't even win, but I had to say that.
When winter never ends... Back inside the biosphere, things were not going great.
Okay.
The crops didn't grow as well as expected.
Well, there it is, though. I mean, like, that's a winner. See? That's a winner. I can't believe... I can't believe it happened. It's happened twice so far. Damn.
An unusually overcast winter wiped out entire species of plants.
They can't starve you for a twofer. Royce's Cuban John. They aren't people. Don't worry too much about it. That's fair.
Leaving the crew
That's
without
fair.
vital staples
That's
like
fair.
potatoes and beans.
I mean, why would I care? I don't care about Royce. I don't care about what Royce thinks. It's just, you know, it's what I feel. It's what
Meanwhile, an unexplained oxygen leak was leaving the crew lethargic and depressed. They were quite literally starving and suffocating. Outside the biosphere, things weren't going much better. The project was hemorrhaging cash. Its original budget of $30 million had ballooned to nearly $250
That's like $1 billion today.
million. Bad publicity plagued the biosphere. Their investor was growing antsy, and their leader, John Allen,
Well, at least somebody won this time, right? Somebody? Yeah.
was losing control. A fracture formed between the biospherians.
Jess is in the chat currently, yes.
Half of them wanted to breach the seal, to bring in supplemental fresh air and food. The other half remained fiercely loyal to John.
No, you can't bring in food and air. That's not how it works. No, you die in there. If you survive, then that's a lot more data. But if you die, that's also a lot more data. No, you can't just,
John Allen. And John Allen wanted the doors to remain sealed shut.
Residents of the silo grow up with warning tales of an uprising that happened before anyone alive today can remember. They're told the goal of the rebellion was to open the doors to the outside world.
Hey, Freeside Thug with 5 gifted subscriptions. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that.
And that doing so would have poisoned the silo as the toxic
Yeah,
air.
there we go. Thank you.
And so, to become curious about
Now
the
we're
outside
getting
world
somewhere. Now it's not just a bunch of gambling addicts.
is to pose a threat to your community. Residents self-police, discouraging their friends and spouses from asking questions, talk too much about the outside, and outside will come to you.
Okay.
I feel basic for this, but when we're talking about bunkers, I can't not talk about Fallout. The world of Fallout explores a post-apocalyptic America after an atomic war.
I wish
Prior to the
Fallout
war, a
4 was
corporation
better.
called Vault-Tec sought
I
to
wish it
profit
was
off
better.
of growing
I was so excited when it came out.
nuclear fears by selling spots.
Is it good now? I played a little Fallout 76. It doesn't have the same magic as it
Fallout
did
shelters
before.
known as vaults. Worried families snapped them up, and when the bombs fell, they were sealed away to safety. The Fallout games primarily take place above ground.
And she's
where
in
new
here stealing
societies
messages.
have
She
sprung
did. She got a membership. But she doesn't watch the show anyway.
up in the wreckage.
That's-
The stories of the vaults are largely explored
I'm getting
posthumously
texts.
as your character pieces together their stories via text files found on derelict computers. I think it's why I'm so drawn to the pieces of the world which explore the implications of what it means to grow up in a
She's just fucking with you despite. She doesn't understand. She doesn't understand. She's trying to fuck with you. That's, you see my wife, she'll try to fuck with people. And by doing that, say something insanely mean. And then you're just like, wow. What? You know you do this. You know you do that. You do. I've talked to you about this before. She's fucking with you. She's not. What? No, that's all I'm saying. About what? The stuff and junk. It's the same chat on your phone. It's the same chat on my. But you did take the. You're a gifted sub now. Don't watch this episode though.
You're welcome.
Because I said stuff about Royce that I don't mean. And it's positive. That's how you know I don't mean it.
Oh yeah.
living, breathing vault. The first Fallout game does this perhaps the most succinctly. You grew up safely sealed away in
Is that where you learned it from?
The controller chip for the building's water purification system is failing. Without it, your community is running
You
out
want
of
my
drinking
P.O.
water.
box? There it is. There it is. That's P.O. Box 311, 1982 State Road 44. It's good? Good. That's my P.O. Box.
Can't make another one. The closed system doesn't have the materials, and so the Vault Overseer sends you off into the wasteland in search of a replacement chip. In your adventures, you learn about life on the surface, about the community.
These are old school Fallouts, like the top-down isometric Fallouts.
Up in the wreckage.
I never
Some
played these,
hostile,
actually.
Others peaceful and
I bet they're good. I bet they're good.
self-sustaining. And at the end of the game, spoiler alert for a game that was released in 1997, you succeed in bringing the chip back to the Overseer. He praises you for saving the vault. You've saved their lives, he says. Maybe even saved the human race.
That makes the rest of this even harder.
Time to die.
Everyone will want to talk to you. Every youngster will look up to you and want to emulate you. And then what? They'll want to leave. What happens to the vault if we lose the best of a generation?
No.
What if we are the only safe place in the world? You saved us, but you'll kill us. I'm sorry. You're a hero, and you have to leave.
They can't starve you, says, got it. I will drop them in the mail. Thanks, Sulk. I look forward to you shitting on my hard work. Where are you gonna mail me? What are you gonna mail me? What are you gonna mail me? Okay, I guess I'll find out. Let me know when it arrives, though, because I don't check it regularly. Cool. I like getting stuff in the mail. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's not.
In the 70s, NASA's art program. Remember how we used to fund art and NASA? NASA's art program explored space colonies, envisioning massive ships that could hold entire societies. Because say we needed to leave our home planet behind. Say we discovered another Earth-like planet that could sustain us. That planet would be galaxies away. And unless our understanding of physics changes, we couldn't make a trip like that in a single human lifespan. This is the thought experiment of a generation ship. A ship whose crew would pass through multiple generations before getting from point A to point B. You could be born on the ship and die on the ship without ever setting foot on the solid ground of a planet.
That'd be fine.
River Solomon explores the concept in a book called An Unkindness of Ghosts. Astor lives on the lower level of a ship called the Matilda. It's been traveling from
stuff for the Papermint Daisies, the design of King of All Pixels work. I'm sending you some my stuff too, though. Fantastic. I look forward to seeing it.
Earth to an unknown promised land for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Yeah, Sulk's
Its
Ninjas.
crew has never known their home planet.
Yep.
And they'll never know their destination. The floors of the Matilda are segregated. White residents of the ship live on the upper levels,
The white ones, huh?
while residents with darker skin are relegated to the lower decks, performing manual labor.
Nice. Based spacecraft.
And suffering heavy abuse. The Matilda has physical barriers to travel.
Why are they on the ship in the first place, though? That's my question. Why are they on the ship in the first place? Why?
Members of the lower decks don't have.
I'm just like, you're bringing colored people on the ship for just to be slaves. It seems like a bad idea. If you have a spaceship, right? Not an interracial spaceship. I was going to say an intergalactic. Get your minds out of the gutter, even though interracial would be the proper term. Why? That seems like you're asking for something.
Decks without permission. In fact, the various decks have been kept so separate, different floors have established different languages, which only further limits communication.
Now it says, "Oh fuck! Now John's gonna get now I'm gonna get canceled." There's 36 people in the. You think I'm gonna get fucking? I'm not gonna get canceled. I'm not gonna get canceled. I'll be fine. I'll be okay.
20,000 low-deckers and almost half as many different ways of life, River Solomon writes. That was the nature of a ship divided by metal, language.
I know. They had the chance to leave them behind, and they didn't. Fools. Yeah, he says, fools. Why would you do that? Why would you do... Don't you have robots? You have a spaceship. You're flying around in space. You don't have robots?
Armed guards. The silo, too, has a hierarchy between the so-called up-toppers and members of the down deep. Within the down deep, mechanical is responsible for maintaining the struggling generator. Their work is dangerous. They work long, grueling shifts, and they're often met with suspicion from those on the higher levels. When Juliet, a member of mechanical, is elected sheriff, it's a shocking and unprecedented decision that will ultimately destabilize the silo. Juliet learns about the costs associated with communication. She says she can understand why radios are reserved for those in authority, because only one person can transmit at a time. But why is it cheaper to send someone a paper note on foot via a porter than it is to wire a message from a computer, a process which charges per character? Paper isn't cheap, neither are porters, but it seems like sending a wire would be practically free, Juliet says. It's just information. It weighs nothing. The design of the silo, with its single central staircase, prevents easy travel. It takes days to climb the 144 levels. Few ever bother making the journey. The silo's pact, which is a bible of laws maintained by its leaders, prohibits mechanized pulleys and lifts. What if it's to make talking with each other more difficult? Juliet wonders aloud. Separate us, make us keep our thoughts to ourselves. Her deputy shrugs. Why would anyone want to do that? Harkening back to the billionaire bunkers,
you don't have to.
with Zuckerberg's
you don't
plan
have to be
fill
clever
his
like that.
little shelter
That's just like a little shelter.
with the ultra-rich and their employees, it doesn't take a huge leap of the imagination to think about how a closed system, within a few generations, could become so heavily stratified.
Freeside makes a good point. How do they not make us slide the way down? That's stupid. Why not make us slide? They can't have elevators, right? Because pulleys, for some reason, are verboten, right? Okay, pulleys and lifts are, but like, you can't make a slide at least one way. And then more people, well, that might be the problem. More people might want to come up to do the slide, and they don't want a bunch of people coming up. I think that's it.
It's worth noting that a lot of the biospherians also came from money, dropping every...
Besides, could you imagine sliding down 140 stories or something like that? Your butt would get hot. You would need some sort of like a canvas bag or something to slide down on. It'd be fine.
Thing to join a traveling theater troupe is easier when you have a safety net. And the biosphere was only possible because John Allen was close friends with a billionaire. A friendship that was starting to go south as the project unraveled.
Biosphere 2, a daring experiment in future living. But who's in charge of this $150 million terrarium? Why won't they talk? And what?
Could you imagine walking down that many stories? Or like tripping on like the third store, the third floor down, you trip. And then you're just like a slinky the entire way down. You die. You would be dead by the end. You would hope. I mean, you're going to get your ass kicked 140 stories all the way down. No, I would die.
The New York edition tonight at 7 on Channel 4.
Right. Fuck. Just go on.
Effort to maintain control over the narrative, John Allen became paranoid.
Yeah, it would cost billions now. And it was $30 million back then, but it would cost $1 billion now easily. It would to build it was like 30 mil, right? But it would be easily $2 billion now.
To the media.
I don't know about that. I've never built one.
And as the point person between the biospherians and the outside world, he began restricting their communication.
If I lived in there, I'd be walking around naked all the time. Nate, what are you going to do? You going to arrest me? You make a phone call, be like, hey, can you really stop walking around naked? What are you going to do? You can come in here? What are you going to do? I'm already under arrest, essentially. It's just really nice here. Okay? So, if you want to look, you can look, but you're not going to like what you see. Or you might.
John Allen controls
or you might.
who gets to communicate with whom. And there are certain people that I'm not supposed to talk to who are scientists, who I would really like to talk to, particularly about oxygen. And these are people that I'm not supposed to talk with directly.
On the Matilda, after the death of her mother, Aster was raised by a woman she calls Aunt Melusine. As a child, Melusine showed Aster a Polaroid camera that had been passed down within her family for generations. Knowing that the camera had limited use, Melusine's family had captured one image per generation, one image to document their lives. Aster stared at a picture of someone standing in a vast expanse of water, stretching, impossibly, beyond the borders of the frame. This is a picture of the world that existed before this world, Melusine explains. Something came and took it away. But we remember. We must try to remember even that which has been forgotten. You never know when a memory is going to save your life.
Okay.
Being a child, Aster takes the camera and gets carried away taking pictures of her legs, of the ground, until the camera won't
Just go to the
work
windows,
anymore.
flying the helicopter for the outside. Yeah, just start doing the old thigh slapper, right? You know, so, right? Check it out. They would all see. They would all see.
Mm-hmm.
I would be like, behold my greatness.
The importance of documentation and memory comes
Behold.
up again and again in these stories.
My greatness.
Within the silo, any physical reminders of the life that existed before, objects like Pez dispensers or pages from old books, are considered contraband. Their possession is illegal, and any curiosity surrounding them is heavily discouraged. The community is
hanging
told
dong in the
that
dome. Look, that's what I would do. I would get naked, and then I would convince look, I can be pretty convincing. All right. I get the riz, as the kids call it. So I would convince everybody else. I'd be like, yo, let's just go naked. Let's just go naked. And then everyone would get, that's all I would say too. I would just naked. And then it works. Jess, naked. She's doing it. It's easy. It's easy for me. You people probably not. But I could do it. No issue. No problem.
Bulls are the ones responsible for the gaps in the silo's history. That during the uprising, they burned books and erased hard drives full of information. But that wasn't true. The suppression of information, as it so often does, came from those with a vested interest in maintaining
Behold
control.
his gayness. No.
On April Fool's Day, a group of federal marshals stormed the offices of Biosphere's Mission Control. They arrived armed with restraining orders. Tired of the project's growing debt, its investor, Ed Bass, had hired an investment banking firm to help get the project back under control. A little investment firm called Bannon & Co. Bannon being Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon forcibly evicted the entire management team of Biosphere 2 and was made CEO.
Okay.
Over 1,000 sensors had been installed inside the building, collecting valuable data about our impact on the environment, the rise of CO2 within the building, interactions
What
between...
floor? The Biosphere didn't have a horror floor. It was just one floor, and they just kind of hoard around wherever they were. It was a different system. Not my kind of system, because then the horse can just kind of go wherever they want and mess things. You can't let women into sensitive areas that they can mess things up, because they will. Not intentionally, not on purpose in any way. They just kind of have that knack of screwing things up absent-mindedly.
In ecosystems, a new microbe was even discovered. In the turnover,
She says that's
nearly
fair.
all of the data was destroyed or lost for good.
In the Fallout TV series, I suppose I should give you a spoiler warning here, but the spoilers are honestly minor for the overall plot.
They don't
and I
know
was
any
pretty
better.
vague.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll affect your enjoyment of the show.
Like your
If it
anus,
does,
knob.
You can sue me for $3.
Your anus.
In the Fallout TV series, Vault
It's
1
your
Lucy
butt.
enters to the surface for the first time when her vault is invaded and her father is kidnapped. There, she finds herself woefully underprepared for
Why,
life.
Farrell, why are you backing up, Knob? Why are you backing up, Knob? He does nothing here. He does no good. He does no good here. Never donates once. I mean, he gave $2. But separately, $1 and then another $1. And that was just to say mean things. Why are you backing him up? I don't get it.
outside the vault.
I don't get it.
Lucy grew up with the belief that her vault would eventually return to the surface, where they would restore order to the wasteland and repopulate the Earth. We are bonded not just as neighbors, but by a shared duty.
Yes, I
Lucy's
have
father
watched the
said
Fallout series, and I'm actually excited for the new season. Hopefully it doesn't suck.
in a speech to the vault, to keep the candle of civilization lit while the rest of the world has been cast into darkness. These survivors will need to be shown a better way.
I disagree
the
with you.
That our current
Knob.
culture has to be preserved at all costs is why the vaults exist. They were created to
I
preserve the
disagree.
values that we think are good and right today.
But what do I know? I just have a crappy. I just do this crappy show. Just do my crappy show with my fucking wooden spoon and my fucking bell. And do my bell thing. No one appreciates me.
An assumption.
Grumble. I'm going to go grumble to my cabin in the woods and eat my beans. I'm not even going to cook them. They're going to be dry. They're going to crack in my teeth. Arrgh. I have a bunch of things on my walls. And you know what the things written on my walls? You know what the things are written on my walls? It's every comment that's ever been written on my show. Every comment. And there's thousands. There's thousands. And I'll be like, why did I do this? This really hurts my feelings.
In Fallout, that someone who's been saved from violence can teach people how to be good and just. But the vault dwellers...
Everything hurt. Everything hurt, Knob. That's what this whole fucking wheel is about. This is the hurt John's feelings wheel. That's what this is. This is the, you want to hurt me? Give me money and I'll let you whip me like a fucking mule. Feral Pigeon, $5. She says, it's obviously not that crappy. We're all here. 5. Okay. Dude, if she gets 2, I'm going to fucking lose my mind. I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Oh, it's 9. Damn, Freeside. That's got to hurt twice. Jeez.
Are no better at avoiding violence than anyone else. On the surface, Lucy finds her conflict resolution skills useless.
Freeside says John wakes up like Memento and reads hundreds of comments on the wall calling him gay. And I'm like, I don't feel gay. But that's okay. Throw on a scarf.
Her boundless optimism comes across as offensively out of touch.
I know, Freeside. That's unfair. That's unfair.
Violence in order to survive.
Knobsdog says 8, but suspiciously there's no donation behind it, so I can't help you.
Lucy meets a man who explains to her that after the war, cockroaches...
It would have been funny if it landed twice in a row. It would have been funny. It would have been funny.
Evolved into rad roaches. They've changed and adapted to survive. The question is, he asks Lucy.
They can't starve you, says Blight. What's this wheel business? So, I guess I have to explain it. If you give me a $5 donation and then say a number, I spin the wheel. If it lands on your number, I have to say whatever you want me to say. That's legal in the United States. He says number 6, please. And he gave it a 5. Number 6. Here we go. All right. It's not very likely to happen. So it's like 1 in 38. 38, something like that. So, and it's 13. Lucky number 13. Thank you. They can't starve you. Thanks for playing. So I think only Farrell has won twice. And so, there's also another thing. If you want to give $100, you can guess a color. And if you guess green, then I have to say whatever you want for the rest of the show. For the rest of the show. But like, no takers on that one yet, and I understand why, but I'm not changing that. All right. But if you guess a color like red or black, that's a 50-50 shot. So if you want to throw $100 for a 50-50 shot, that's yeah.
You still want the same things when you become
I understand.
a different animal.
I understand it's a lot of money. It's still 50-50. It's not even a guaranteed win, right? But that's just how it is. That's how I'm doing it. If you don't want that, throw the $5 and guess a number. That works too.
All together.
That works too for me.
It's the great wrinkle in the thought experiment.
I really, really, really want to see somebody guess the green one, though. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I really do, though, because that would be wild.
Relationships. How do you maintain the intent of the original founders across generations? How do you make sure that people arriving at their destination still have the same plans, the same
It's
goals?
called illegal gambling. It's not gambling because I'm not giving you anything worth anything. I mean, much less money. It's just not worth anything. Like, it's my time. It's not worth anything. I mean, I'm taking it from my children, my wife and kids to give to you for free, but that's not worth anything. So, you know.
Are those goals still relevant? Billions of miles away from our home planet?
Free Science says it's worth something to me. Thank you, Free. That's very sweet.
Were they ever relevant?
That's very sweet.
Because the Matilda is just a floating prison. This metal world of torture and despair, Astor says.
So it's no different from any other show? No, I never claimed it was. This is a basic bitch show. It's a run-of-the-mill bullshit show.
Whatever goals the leaders of the Matilda carry with them are wretched. With the rest
I'm
of
not
us
saying that.
denied their own history, we don't know if the Matilda started out like this. But the dominant belief
You're a
system on board
captive
holds
audience.
nothing.
So I'm the audience in this. I'm the audience. Which is actually kind of true. Because I'm reading your comments.
Worth maintaining. No values which should be carried from planet A to planet B.
Why can't I quit you, John? Says they can't starve you.
By the time of Steve Bannon's takeover...
Are you sure you guys aren't the gay ones? You guys keep calling me gay, but I think it's like, you're so gay, John. Is it one of those where it's like lusty? Are you guys lusting after me? Which I get. Trust me, it will not be the first time. It will not be the last. I understand. I'm sultry. And I got the Riz. Oh, it's coming out of my holes. I'm sure you're going to clip that. And that's...
An entirely new crew was living inside the biosphere. The first crew having completed their
I'm sure that's going to end up in a clip.
Former crew members,
Sure, that's ended up in a clip.
Was concerned for the safety of the crew inside, given that most of the biosphere's scientists had been ousted and replaced with investment
Whatever,
bankers
fine, I don't
with
care.
a focus
I don't
on short-term profits. She wrote a 5-page statement outlining her safety concerns. Bannon's response was to threaten to, quote, ram the report down her f***ing throat. Overnight, the focus of the biosphere had morphed
Yeah, the
into
chat's the show. The chat is the main show. I'm just here as a facilitator, right? A liaison to
something else
the John
entirely.
bashing.
And nobody inside the biosphere knew.
But unfortunately, it is my time. It is my time to go. And does anyone want to guess a number on the way out? Nah, I understand. I get it. But thanks for coming anyways, guys. Thanks for playing. I appreciate you guys. I do. As gay as you call me and how much you hate my show and me as a person. It all stems from jealousy. I'm almost 15% sure about that. So thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for being you. Thanks for being a part of the cult. I hope you guys have a fantastic night. More Sulk stream tomorrow. And maybe the day after that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Until then, I hope you guys have a fantastic evening. Stay strong. Be good cult members. Make me proud. And I will see you tomorrow. Until then, drink a lot of water, get a good night's sleep, and take care of yourselves. Because I care about you too. I really do. Love you guys. Good night.
I'm an incredible soul, unhinged and unleashed like a bulldog's fierce growl. I'm spitting fire, burning through these trees, questioning the world, unraveling conspiracies. Talking about Bigfoot, but I guess monster too. Government lies, they're feeding me their goo. I'm diving deep into this rabbit hole, uncovering the truth, setting fire to their control. I got small nipples, but my voice feeling the madness with every word I spoke.